Hi guys, and yeah, I just wanted to go through with you a way of practicing standards. This is for more intermediate players and advanced players who are getting into jazz playing. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing jazz for a while, but not on electric bass. I've been playing it on upright bass, which is, it's difficult, you know, and taking solos and stuff on upright bass, thinking about walking bass lines on upright bass tends to be a little bit of a different angle that you're thinking from, because you don't have fret markers and you've got a different, the instrument's in a different position, and it's quite a different instrument in many ways. But one thing that is common is that it has the same four strings, the E, A, D, and G. Of course, this one has a low B, and some double basses do too, but anyway, it's besides the point. But what I do these days is, now I practice jazz on electric bass, even though I'll play the gig on upright, because I find it helps me to get my ears more grounded in the tune. It also helps my electric bass playing as well, just in general, just my fretboard fluency and my ability to read chord charts as well. It improves as I practice on electric bass. So one of the first steps that I do is I learn the chords. So in Fly Me to the Moon, for example, I'll learn the basic chord voicings. And get myself familiar also with their arpeggio shapes. So, okay, so A minor, D minor, G7, C major 7, F major 7, B minor 7, flat 5, E7, A minor to A7, D minor, G7, C major 7, E minor, A7, D minor 7, G7, C major 7, E minor, A7, sorry, not B minor, E7, and then back to the top. So once I've got round those, then I can start to devise a walking bass line, and I'll be ready then to record. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to record 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then after that, of course, I can get my walking bass line. For example, and one thing I might also do when I'm practicing my walking bass line is I might give myself a challenge, because on the upright bass we use a lot of open strings. Of course you can on the electric bass as well too. It can give you some different feels, but something I like to do is try and focus on parts of the neck, just to see if I know where the notes are in that one part of the neck. For example, I might choose to play between only the 5th and 8th fret and see if I can create a walking bass line there that makes harmonic sense. Or I might go between the 2nd and the 5th fret. I'll show you what I mean. I'll try recording a bass line now between only the 2nd and 5th fret. I find that quite difficult. It feels unnatural to me because I'm not used to it, and I bet, you know, this might be challenging for you as well. I mean, I'm so used to playing open strings, I take it for granted, and I think that I know my fretboard that well, but actually, when it comes to a challenge like this, it's like, oh, it makes you think, right? So I'm going to try that again and try and get it right. And one thing that I do is I try and ascertain where are my points, which is the part that I'm getting wrong. In this case, the part I was getting wrong was the turnaround at the end, where at first you have an E to A. I'm so used to playing the E to A here. So when I thought about playing between the 2nd and 5th fret, I just confused myself. Right? It shouldn't really be confusing, but so what I might do is just give myself a second to take stock of that. So that was in the 2nd part. So it goes D minor, G, C, and then E, A. That's it. That's where I was getting all confused. And then it repeats. Oh, I'm using the 6th fret here. I shouldn't do. And then, yeah. Because then it goes B to E. Yeah. B minor 7 flat 5 to E7. Alright, so I think I got it straight out, so I'll play the chords again. 1, 2, in 2, 3, 4. And then I'll try and overdub. So here's the bit. Certainly does not feel as good as if I just let myself go wherever I want to go. By confining myself into this box between the 2nd and 5th fret, it's really forcing me to think differently. It's a good thing though. It's okay, it's a passable walking bass line. It's not the best, but it's passable. So I'll stick with that. And then my next stage would be to do the melody line. So I learn the melody line. Whoops, I overdubbed that by mistake. That means I have to redo the bass line. That's okay. I could do with the practice anyway. But anyway, just for all intents and purposes, I'll just show you about practicing the melody line. So, and then, you know, once you get your melody line going, you can play around with it, you can embellish it, enjoy it. But I would learn the melody line in maybe 3 places on the neck. Up high and down low. And then here, which is going to be the same register, but it's just a different part of the neck. The reason I do that is just so I know where the melody line is in different parts of the neck. On the upright bass, it's very, very difficult to play up here in thumb. We call it thumb position on the upright bass. But anyway, through practicing on the electric bass, it gets some ideas out, which are very handy. And when I pair that up with the arpeggios that I've been going through to learn the chords and stuff, because I know So you can have a lot of fun just because through learning those three steps, you're really getting yourself more familiar with your fretboard, you're tuning your ear at the same time, and you're having fun practicing as well, because you're forcing yourself to create loops, you're forcing yourself to play the parts, which you know, a lot of bass players don't force themselves to do that on their instrument. Having said that, though, there are a lot of bass players who also play piano. It's a great instrument to learn for your theory, but if you can also play the chords, the piano parts, as it were, on your bass, more power to you, because you'll know a little bit more about what you can do. Also, if you learn the melody line as well, you can also maybe quote that even in your bass line. Or it might be nice because you can just pick out some of the rhythm kicks. So all of these things are just going to help to build up your musicianship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now record a walking bass line, and then I'm going to play the melody and just practice and play out. So get the walking bass line from here. So there's a walking bass line. And I've pretty much just played that the way I wanted to play it, rather than disciplining myself into just one part of the fretboard. And now what I'll do is I'll just play through the melody. Notice I played around and embellished the melody line there as well.